Hello everyone, in this video we're going to be tearing down our old block chimney because the block is deteriorated. We're going to tear it down to the concrete slab at the bottom and then reframe it with lumber and side it with metal siding, or enclose it with metal siding and seal it up to the new lean-to here. If you want to see us build this lean-to on our camp, look at the earlier video on my channel. I'll put a link to it at the end of this video. But we added this lean-to to make more space for camp, so we can hang gear and store totes and stuff outside, coolers, all that stuff out of the weather. And one of the things that we want to do on this new chimney when we enclose it is have an area near it that we can hang clothes to dry. That way some of the heat radiates off in the new enclosure. We're not going to insulate the enclosure or anything. That way hopefully when we have the stove running, it creates enough heat in that metal siding, kind of radiates that outward, and we can dry clothes outside and stuff like that. But anyway, that's the plan. We're going to try it out. In this video we're going to be tearing out all the block, reframing with lumber and enclosing it with metal. At about this point in the video we get down to the metal plate that separates the bottom portion of the chimney with the top portion, and this metal plate, I don't know, it's probably 3/8 or ½ inch thick. It's a pretty thick metal plate. It goes the whole way into camp and kind of supports the mantle that's in camp and the stone that's above the mantle. So the inside of camp has like a stone wall. So we're going to keep this metal plate intact. We are going to trim it down to the size that we want to make the new enclosure. So we're trying to get everything cleaned off. There was some terracotta you could see in the middle that's got to come out, and then there's some angle, like stiffening angle on this plate that that we're going to have to cut, and then we got to cut a new opening and shorten this plate up. But the plate kind of slows us down. You know, we made pretty good progress getting all that top block off, but once we get to this plate, it's tedious because we don't want to hit the plate too hard and loosen it from the mantle and the stone wall on the inside of camp. So just being pretty careful here to make sure that we don't separate this metal plate from everything else. There is some stone inside of this block too that supports this metal plate. We don't want to separate it from that either. So we're going to be taking our time here in these next steps, and then I'll show you once we get all this other block out of the way and cut this plate. See that? Right here we make a pretty cool discovery. This is the last course before all of the block are filled with concrete. So the block below the ones I'm hitting now are full of concrete, and the ones I'm hitting now are hollow. But you'll see once I break the face of these off, there are some old beer cans down inside of here, which is really cool. Actually, the one was probably about half full of beer still. It's been sealed up inside of here for years. Pretty neat to see. The old timers that built this, I'm guessing it would have been my grandpa and his cousins, but I'm not certain, and I don't know how long ago either. Maybe 40 plus years ago. I'm not certain, but pretty neat to see these actually. And once we started tearing the rest of it apart, we ended up finding more beer cans. We found a Rolling Rock, these Straubs, and I think that was it. Rolling Rock and Straubs. And I think we found 5 or 6 of them in these blocks. Here's a jump forward after we got all the cinder block out of there, and you can see the sandstone kind of foundation that holds that metal plate up, and that sandstone on the inside of camp continues the whole way up to the ceiling. But we trimmed that metal plate back, and here you can see the treated lumber framing on the bottom. That's going to be the profile of the new enclosure, and we got the 2 studs on the outside wall, and you're going to see in the next clip we get everything framed in and the chimney pipe routed up through the roof right here. We did put those studs that are about halfway up there in a location so we can support that metal plate. We'll tie that in the future once we get more supplies up to camp. But here's the pipe going up through the new lean-to. It's double wall pipe. The apron that comes with this, like a metal piece of flashing that goes around, there were some gaps in that, so we siliconed it to the double wall. Silicone's good up to 600 degrees, so hopefully that's okay. Here's the enclosure after it's done. We're going to paint this metal. We're going to paint it white, and I ordered outside trim, corner trim, that we're going to put where that flashing is. We did not have it for this trip, so we used flashing to kind of seal that corner up for now, just temporarily until we get the right supplies up to camp. Our camp's a couple hours away, and there's no stores nearby or anything, so we kind of, if you don't have it on you, it's, you know, it's kind of a problem to go get supplies. So anyway, we're going to paint this white, put the corner trim on it. We're going to chip that remaining cinder block down, like angle it like a curb, and then regrout it to make it look nice. Probably make like a boot dryer or something on there, or somewhere to store boots to dry out in the winter after hunting. But anyway, I hope that you enjoyed the video, and hopefully this helped you if you're planning to tear down an old chimney. But if you did like the video, please subscribe. Thanks for watching.